Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for March the 28th through to April the 3rd, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for all the support, all the love you send my way each and every day. You guys rock. Thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. We have a couple of cards here that says you really need to, you really need to think things through. I don't even know where to begin because the cards kind of all go together here. And they have been with the readings this week. So it makes it, this is one of those weeks where I should just have the camera on the cards and I should just be pointing to everything as I talk because they kind of all go, they tell a story. We start with Judgment. So that's your first card, the most important card I feel when I lay down any reading. Okay, the first card tells me so much. Okay, and so the Judgment card is definitely about not making those quick judgments, about thinking things through, about taking the long way to anything. And then it's right next to the Sun, so we know this week is all about you, your development, your growth forward, who you want to become, the path you want to walk on. Now, the card next to it is the Two of Pentacles, which is about a balance, but it's an imbalance, and it's not about bad imbalances. I mean, we have a ship coming in on each side of us here, and we're holding a pentacle in each hand. These are good things in our life, but we are putting too much energy into one part of our life and not enough energy into a different part of our life. And so we really need to align ourselves with where we are putting our energy or our resources or our time. We need to understand that there doesn't need to be that much of it in one basket, but we need to have a more balanced and centered approach to our life going forward. Now, it could be that you are working way too hard and you're not spending enough time at home, or it could be that you are not paying attention to your health, or it could be that you are not paying attention to your spirituality, or it could be that you are you're in vacation mode and you're not really paying attention to work all that much. You're not giving it a second thought and your energy is elsewhere. It's more into the family. But whatever it is for you, we need to bring that balance back into being in order to be successful going forward. Now, this is all crossed over by the Queen of Wands. And she's our diplomat. She's the quiet one in the bunch. Yes, she has a lot of beautiful, creative energy. She also does not make any decisions until she has thought it through, until she has asked the validating questions, until she has all of the information in front of her. So it may mean having conversations. It may be doing research. It may be looking at different options available to you in order to strengthen your position. So I think all these cards kind of go together. We don't want to be making rash judgments. We don't want to be jumping into something without giving it some thought, asking some questions about what we are saying yes to or what we are saying no to. We want to ensure that we do have a balance across the board in our life, that we are not putting too much energy into one area of our life in particular, and the other parts of our life are suffering because of it. And so we may be looking at our routines and how to change it up. It could be that we need to ask for help. It may be that we have too much on our plate, and so we feel that we need to put our energy into that area, our responsibilities or our obligations. So it may be that we need to reach out for help this week, or to give an obligation or a responsibility to somebody else to clear our path so that we can spend more time on our health or spend more time on our well-being. But it really takes a lot of thought. Okay, we have the Hermit here. So the Hermit, I always imagine the Hermit as one that would go out into the desert and tap into their intuition, tap into their higher wisdom, think it through, understand the good, bad, and ugly of any situation, of how to go forward. What's the plan A? What's the plan B? Do we need a plan C? When we come out of the desert, That's when we step forward with a strength, with an empowerment. So I want you to think long and hard this week. I mean, meditate, pray, and it's kind of, this has been the message for several signs already. It's a week of going inwardly so that when we are ready to go forward, we go forward with an empowerment. We have the Five of Pentacles as our overriding energy. So often we can look at the other side of the fence and how much greener that grass is and how everybody else's lives are just falling into place so easily, and they're getting the rewards and they're getting the things they want, and they drive the shinier car and they have the nicer house, and here we are sitting out in the cold and not moving forward. And we can take on that perception if we so desire, because we have free will. But it's not true. Okay, there's not one person where their path is an easy path. I don't care if they have the shinier car or the nicer house. I don't care if it looks like everything is just coming their way. Because there's always challenges to be had too. Just different challenges. So don't get into the mindset of the ego talking to you this week, of what doesn't exist in your life, of what you lack, because that's just going to pull you down. Okay, you are sitting in front of the door of abundance here. But if you are too busy looking outwardly at everybody else's abundance, you're not going to see your own path of abundance in front of you. The grass is not greener on the other side of that fence. You sit in front of the door of abundance. It waits to open for you. I think there needs to be balance in your life. Now, we have the Eight of Wands here, which opportunity comes flying in at you in different angles this week. It could be more than one opportunity coming your way this week. Now, I just talked about looking in a different direction, letting ego be your eyes this week, and you will miss those opportunities. Now, I don't believe any opportunity only comes around once in our lifetime. I think it comes around again. It may look differently, it may smell differently, it may act differently, but it is the same opportunity essentially, just in another form. But wouldn't it be great to grab onto that opportunity? So one, we don't want to be looking through the eyes of ego this week. Another thing that we could be doing is being so farsighted on our path forward and what we want to have as the end result that we are not in the now. Because we will also miss those opportunities if we are not in the now, if we are not experiencing life. But we are spending our time looking forward to the end game. We want to stay in the now. We want to see what we have around us to utilize to grow our path forward. The Tower. I mean, this could be a strong week for you in transformation. But I think it takes a little bit of soul searching. I think it takes a bit of refocusing what we are focused on. It could be where our energy is being used, where our time is being used. Or it could be in looking at other people's situation and thinking that ours isn't as plentiful as theirs. But if you take the time out to meditate this week, or pray, or just spend some alone time with yourself, and understanding what needs to change in your life in order to have a more balanced approach to your life, that's when the beautiful transformation begins in your life. That's where you can see the way forward so clearly. That's when you can see the opportunities that are right in front of you at this moment. As we go into the weekend and into next week, we have the Five of Cups. Excuse me. Crying over spilt milk. Essentially what this card is. It's looking at the negative. It's thinking about the regrets we have. How we could have done it differently. What we could have said that would have changed things. You were meant to do and meant to say whatever happened. So release regret and look at the positive in your life. Look at where you can go forward. Look at how you can change your routine or your life to move in a more positive, fluent approach forward. We have the Empress and the Three of Cups. The Empress is powerful, new, creative beginnings in your life. And the Three of Cups is joy, happiness, celebration, messages coming in to move you forward in the right direction, in a beautiful direction. It may be that phone call you've been waiting on or that email. It may be that job offer. It may be that relationship. But it is a creative new beginning. So I would think probably it's more in work, career, but not necessarily because it is general reading. So I think if you take the time this week to take a step back, look at your routine, look at where you are putting your energy, understand where you're not putting your energy, and then tweaking your life, tweaking your role, tweaking your responsibilities, your obligations. You go into this weekend and next week, creative new beginnings, things to celebrate, a message, at least one message coming in that causes celebration in your life, if not more. Now, for love and relationships, we have the Two of Swords. And this is a decision that you are making within relationships. One that's going to take courage to say what you feel. But more importantly, it's tapping into your intuition. It's tapping into your higher wisdom. It's tapping into yourself. That's where you're going to be able to see how that decision needs to be made going forward in any relationship. It's not necessarily what you can see on the outside. That's going to start the wrong conversations of what you can see with your eyes or hear with your ears. It's about what you feel. It's tapping into how the person makes you feel, why they make you feel that way. How you need to feel the love of the relationship and how to express that to the other person. For work, career, finances, the Four of Wands. So you know what? This is about building the foundation for tomorrow. I would think that it involves other people, okay? Because this is like the marriage card or the proposal card. And when it is in the sector of work and career, it's joining forces with other people. So this could be joining a team. This could be joining a group. This could be joining up with another person that has a skill set that maybe you lack in order to make a successful new business venture together. And it's the beginnings, it's the foundation of. So this could be a new job, a new career outlook, or maybe stabilizing the job that you are currently in. So it's starting to work for you, that you have a foundation on which you can grow, on which you can use your talents, but there's somebody else involved. So it could be a mentor coming in to push you forward, to help you forward in some way. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.